the service I received was well worth the cost that I had to pay. So I think that as you guys go further and it's revealed the benefits, especially for someone in my position, someone who have a product and not know how to get it out there, something like that. I think that you'll realize that your cost is can be increased a bit because what you bring to the table is the finish that I was lacking, and I'm telling you, I wouldn't be here without that.
Appreciate you. Appreciate it. All right, Robert. So I'm here with Robert Tate here. But once again, like I said, thank you for your time and joining us. Um, if you could share with everybody your name, of course, and the name of your company.
Okay. Okay. So I'm Robert Tate. My company is Pure Quintessence. We specialize in healthy living, a healthier lifestyle using natural products. We are currently in the process of infusing some natural oils, MCT oil, which is a higher derivative of coconut oil, along with pumpkin seed oil and others with CBD, cannabinoids, full spectrum
Nice.
cannabinoids, more specifically from the hemp plant. And the benefits of those take the carrier oil to the next level. So that's what we do. My brand has 3 products right now. One is MCT with a bullet. That's the MCT dosing 1 milligram a day. And the other is pumpkin seed prostate care. Pumpkin seed oil reduces swelling in the prostate, and it also helps women with menopausal issues. So those 2, along with a topical pain reliever that we have, are the 3 products that we have.
Nice, nice. And yeah, Robert, what you have on your hands is something huge. Like you're literally going to shake the industry with your products. And when we first started working with you, we saw that you already knew that, but it was just a matter of sharing it with the world and explaining it into a way to where it can really connect with your audience that you're trying to connect with. So if you could share with us, where were you in the process with your business before actually working with us?
Okay, so I had identified, first of all, the pumpkin seed oil as being beneficial in helping men, over a certain age to relieve swelling, natural swelling, and swelling from, dietary abuse in the prostate. So the CBD, the full spectrum cannabinoids from the hemp plant, I found in science to be beneficial with the carrier oil and assisting that process. So I was a metallurgist and I had a metallurgical background in manufacturing. So when I got into plant science and looking at the full spectrum benefits of the hemp plant, depending on the seed source, some are higher in CBD, some are higher in CBG, things like that. So I chose a seed source that would benefit the pumpkin seed oil. And when I spoke with you about it, I had a plan to introduce this to guys of a certain age so that they would get the benefit from it. But I needed to get the attention of these individuals. So when I spoke with you about that, and I showed you my packaging, you had suggestions. First of all, that was impressive to change that packaging because it was targeting men primarily. To change that packaging to a more one that was conducive to men's. That was a square bottle. You helped me come. I don't know if you remember that or not. But you have me
We
come up
do.
with that black bottle,
Yep.
which got my attention first, and everybody's attention after that, and then you guys helped me to, look at the legal aspects of what I was doing, to stay in line with, because I want to go over the internet, I need to stay in line with the law and so on like that. So, and then you guys went further from my expectations in identifying my primary customer, that individual that I could, take everybody else around, that's a certain segment of society. That one individual represents a decent percentage of the society, from my perspective. And that's,
Yeah.
that's enough to build the basis of my business. So, it opened up my mind, the branding method that you guys use along with the colors and all the other things, opened up my mind in how I could proceed in go forward in the advertising and so on. I could stay consistent in what I was doing. So yeah.
Absolutely. And we were even surprised when, once we did our research, because like I said, you had your certain target demographic already in mind, but once we did
Right.
the research and it was someone totally different, but then it made sense once we listed out all the characteristics of that persona. So it's
Yeah.
just unique to see like, wow, this is actually an even more targeted audience, but an audience like when we did the research, these people buy this product more. So just, us doing that due diligence for you, for us to be able to identify that was
Well, and
refreshing.
that was another interesting thing of the process, because I was actually surprised at the individual descriptions you guys gave me for my perfect client, because in my imagination, it was younger, much younger.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I got so many reviews from the millennials. I thought perhaps that they found the CBD in its ability to keep you relaxed and deal with stress and anxiety. I thought that they may even be the target, but realizing that they didn't have the prostate issues, I'm like, it was a refreshing revelation for me. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like we explained to you, once we make it popular with your target demographics, then everybody else is going to piggyback on it, and then we can
Right.
expand that way. But because of how it was set up, we needed to speak to that specific audience's pain point so it can resonate to them, so that they can go, and purchase your product. If you could, kind of in the best way you can detail, get like your experience in the process that we took you along from start to finish. If you can explain that to the audience, please.
That would be difficult to put in words, but for me, from a personal level, I had a product. My late wife was an herbalist and live
Mm-hmm.
food, and so I know her passion was to get it to as many people as she could get it to, and even convince those who may have doubt in
Mm-hmm.
going that direction. So my problem was how to achieve that. I knew I had a product that would benefit, So I mean, how do I get that attention, So I think that the biggest benefit for me was the education in, I'm feeling in the dark. I got something going here, and I want to keep it going, and I don't know which direction to go in. And I think you guys' expertise helped me in that way. Although I may appear very assured and all of that, I get confused and frightened, and you guys helped me to get past that point as well. As I went
Mm-hmm.
forward, it took longer than I'm sure you guys anticipated, because I need to keep my understanding up to pace, but that was part of the process for me. So
Awesome.
the assistance was to bring the whole thing home.
Yeah.
That's why I see the biggest benefit.
Awesome. And if you can kind of just double down on a little bit more, what were the top 3 things that stood out to you in our process of working with you, or
Well,
even in the deliverable?
the research you guys did that culminated in the direction of how we spoke about it, that culminated in the colors that we chose, to go forward with the labeling, and then the advice relative to the website and so on like that. Those 3 things I think were paramount for me.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad that stood out. Those was one of the things we wanted to focus on. Like I said, getting the proper research for you so that it can reflect, the audience that you're trying to attract. Let's talk about the messaging, because like I said, we did a lot of brand messaging for you. And you had pointed out when we did the deliverable, you had mentioned that we were able to put in words what you had in your head and your heart already. So can you kind of, talk about that a little bit more?
Well, so my story is in depth, and then my background is kind of complicated. My background being one of manufacturing, and then going into one from plant science. Although I was always involved with that, but my wife's abilities to do tinctures and things of that nature from the herbal perspective, I was still developing. The science of the plant medicine. So my description of me and how I was trying to pick up for her and carry her message on, my background is one of science, and and technical stuff. Hers was one more of holistic healing and things of that nature. So my bio was jumbled and all over the place, you know. So when you guys reworded that for me, you know, it was just like that. It was a rewording of what I was trying to say in a way that didn't take up 14 pages.
Awesome. Awesome. And like most clients, before pulling the trigger on any, you know, major investment that they do working with someone, what were some of the reservations you may had before working with us?
The cost, you know, as a startup, and you know, and this basically being a hobby until I can find some way to recoup the investments I had. You know, the cost that you guys offered me was a surprise to me, especially with the service I received. So, you know, in my opinion, I won't repeat the cost. I don't know how you guys handle that. But in my opinion, you know, the service I received was well worth the cost that I had to pay. So I think that as you guys go further and you know, it's revealed the benefits, especially for someone in my position, someone who have a product and not know how to get it out there, something like that. I think that you'll realize that your cost can be increased a bit because what you bring to the table is the finish that I was lacking, and I'm telling you, I wouldn't be here without that.
Appreciate it. And if you can describe our company in one word or one phrase, what would that be?
Professional. I'm very proud to work with you. Very professional, on time. You know, one of the things that I guess all of us have suffered from, especially with COVID having gone on, is delays and missed schedules and things of that nature. While I missed schedules and so on, you guys were always on the money, on time, reminding me and so on like that. So I think that, you know, when you value your time and you pass that value on to your clients, and you know, everybody's time is important, and you know, insist that they keep their time. I think that brings you know, another level of professionalism to what you do. Yeah.
Man, greatly appreciate that, Robert. P, you got any questions or anything you want to say before we let Robert go?
Yeah, right. Where you really just kind of answered it. I was going to ask, what would you say to someone who may be on the fence about working with us? But I think you kind of summed that up.
I would absolutely tell them to do themselves a benefit, you know, and investigate it. At least see, you know, where you guys are in respect to what they're doing and how you'll service them. Because, you know, the service to me, again, was well worth the money I paid for. So
Awesome.
I would absolutely advise them to investigate further, because you lose out in the long run. You lose time, you lose all kinds of stuff in the long run. So you go straight to the chase with someone who's going to help you to get the research done, get the colors right, get the whole branding concept right. You know, it's the way to go.
Awesome. Well, Robert, thank you so much. And for the ones that are watching, check out Robert's product, Pure Quintessence. It's amazing. I've had some. It works wonders. As y'all can tell, people that watch, I'm a very hyper guy. His products really calm my nerves. So it's great. So check him out. Where can people find your product? If you don't mind sharing.
So the website we're finishing up now is called quintessencestore.com. We don't have a brick and mortar as yet. But as we build our testimony and stuff like that, we may get there.
Got you. Repeat the name of it. I think you went in and out when you said the website.
quintessencestore.com.
Okay, perfect. Quintessencestore.com. All right, guys. Well, Robert, I'm not going to hold you too much longer. Once again, I greatly appreciate it. I'm glad that you're one of our faithful clients. We look forward to doing more business with you in the future, as well as seeing your business flourish. So I appreciate you for your time, Robert.
Absolutely. You have to every opportunity I have. So I appreciate you guys as well.
Amazing.
For sure. Thanks so much, Robert.
Take it easy.
See you later. Bye.